Hey, welcome back to another video of board builds here at Herder. And in this video, we're going to be going over how as a freelancer, you can build a board that can help you track leads, clients, your payments, and potential clients that you're working with. To, make sure that you're keeping track of everything that's going on. So what we're going to do here, if you haven't already, you can sign up for our Herder platform. With the free plan, you get one board. You can make as many cards or tasks. You do everything that you can in the paid version. Just with the paid version, you get additional boards and the ability to, not have to worry about deleting and removing a lot of things. So what I'm going to do here is build another board called this. I'm just going to call it Freelancer board. And so I'm going to create that. And then, so if you see in my other videos, I got a board build folder. So I've been doing one on a to-do list and a job search. I'm going to go ahead and move that into there. And then, so when you first sign up for Herder, you'll get a board that's actually built out already for you. So if you want, you can actually delete those boards. So if I go to a board, you can just hit the little delete icon. If you want to keep those, you can also just change the name on them. So back on my freelancer board here, I want to create a couple list here. Basically, I'm going to have one that's called leads, and then I'm going to have one that's called active client. I'm going to have one that's called in progress, and we're going to have one that's called review, and we're just going to also make one called paid. So from a freelancer perspective, let's kind of take this down the list. So someone that's working on a lot of different projects, you got some potential leads, whether through email, word of mouth, however you kind of go about it. So let's say, web design, lead. And inside of there, we're going to just, cold call, or actually we'll just say social media outreach through Messenger. And so we have that, and we can put in some additional information. So like, hey, I want to, follow up on, 9/21, and looking for a personal gym website. So we got a couple of things there, just some information we want to put on. Like you said, we can set that date for 9/21 that we want to follow up with them, and close that out. So we can also put a label on these as well. So if we click on the little card here, or the little icon, create a new label, and we'll just call these leads. We'll say website leads. Maybe we're doing other type of things too. So website leads. I should say social media. We'll make that blue and create. And then, so we might have some active clients we're working with here as well. So let's say these are active clients, but they're not necessarily in progress. So let's say we built a website. So let's say, or, handling a social media platform, social media marketing for local flower shop. So we did some previous work for them. It's an active client. So monthly social media post. And, we can put some details in there. So, post 3 times a week, curate images with clients for post. So just got some information in there. So the active client, like maybe we're not, currently working on that one. It's like a midweek thing. So what we can do there is we can put some labels and stuff. So let's say we're going to go ahead and move them into in progress. So today we're going to be working on them. So we're going to come in, add some information. So need to call client and add add some posts for Instagram and Facebook. So we're saving all of the different information. And then, if we make a call, called the client at 12 p.m. and talked through potential posting ideas for product launch. Save that. Okay. And we want to have these posts done by Monday. Okay. So we get the post, we got everything going. So if we look here, we can look at our calendar and we can see that, okay, we got our social media marketing for our local flower shop. That's due by Monday. It's in our in. So the color scheme is based off of the status here. So we got our blue, it's leads, active and clients is blue, the in progress, and those can be changed. If we click on those, it just changes based off of the particular status there that you switch it to. So if we go back to that calendar, we can see here, you can also make some changes and add labels to the particular items that you have there without having to go back to the board. So you can make those changes there. You can also duplicate cards if you want. You can move them on different parts of the calendar. So that's really nice without having to. So it gives you that calendar view and to be able to actually manage everything in one location. So I'm going to go to this copy. I'm actually going to delete that card. So once we get everything done, and as a freelancer, you want to put those in the review status. So then, we're going to review with the client. We got all these checked off. Review with client and make sure we get payment by end of the week. Save that. We're going to go ahead and adjust our estimated time. We can even add our actual time of how long this took. So let's say, we're actually, working with the client and we're being billed by the day or by the hour. We can say, hey, this took 24 hours. It'll automatically go based off of an 8 hour workday. So essentially that's 24 or 3 days there. So once we get that set up, and then also the estimated time. So if you had estimated time there, let's say the estimated time was 32 hours. You're going to see that this will change based on how many hours you actually worked. So if I come in here and I say, add another 7 hours there, you'll see it change a little bit there. We're getting close to that for that particular 8 hours of estimated time. Great for billing purposes and things like that. So once we get into, and if you want to close some of these down just to get, so you don't have to scroll across the page, you can do that and you can still move within those sections as well. So once we get reviewed, we get paid, then we can go ahead and actually, move that over. The other great thing about this board is if you are working with other members of your team, you can invite those members as well. So just go to invite users, and then you'll be able to invite other users to the board to be able to work alongside them. So this is just a great way as a freelancer to be able to track your progress, track your clients, track who you're going to need to get paid from, and just makes things a lot easier when you're working out as a freelancer. Again, you get one free board if you sign up. If you need additional boards, you can then go ahead and pay our monthly fee of $4.99, and that gives you all the features that you don't get locked out of as well. So again, tune in twice a week. We'll have some additional board build templates for different various things. Again, thanks for tuning in and hope to see you next time.